Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 5 of our English 1020 online class. This week, we're starting project 2. Woo! Good job finishing project 1. And let's look forward. This whole week is going to be about developing our question. That might seem like kind of a simplistic task, but as we get into it, I think you'll see that the question development phase of any research project can sometimes be the most important. So in this video, what I'm going to do is talk quickly through some of the assignments for this week, and I want to highlight the importance of not just creating a question, coming up with a question, but you'll see that all of the assignments this week are designed to get you to not just come up with a question, but to carefully develop a question, which means that we're going to be working and revising and going over potential questions, narrowing it down, smushing them around, and then coming up with something that even so might change during the course of our research. But that's part of the fun, right? Okay, so right now I'm going to switch over to our Canvas view and we'll get right to it. Okay, so here we are in week 5. We're starting out the iSearch project. Now, just a really quick thing to point out, aside from watching your week 5 instructor video, which you're already doing, high five. This week, it's really important to watch all the videos. Not just this one where I'm kind of talking you through the way our week's going to go, but this intro video for the iSearch is really crucial. My colleague, Dr. Adrienne Jenkins, who is one of the founding members, along with myself, on the committee that developed this assignment, talks through the assignment from start to finish, and it really helps you to get a sense for both what is concrete about this assignment and what's going to feel a little bit messy as we go through. So definitely watch that intro video. The little vid this week is all about asking questions. So you're going to kind of notice that we have a theme this week, and it is, anyone? Asking questions is the theme. And not just any questions, but asking good questions. So check out all of those videos. The readings for this week are also going to help take us on this trajectory of developing and asking good questions. What's Worth Knowing is a piece that's almost entirely contained with questions. Your FIA reading and Research 101 are also designed to help you think through the planning of a research project and the things that you need to take into account when you're asking that good question. Research 101, as you may have surmised already, is actually a website. And so there are various different topics for each page, right? The basics are going to take you through some definitions, such as what's a popular source versus a scholarly source. Info cycles is really interesting about the timelines of publications. You need Adobe Flash to be in there for that. Now, this is the one that's probably going to be the most beneficial to everyone for this project, and that is the Topics tab. Basically, it will take you through steps to help you ask good or effective questions for scholarly research purposes. It talks about broadening your question. It talks about narrowing your question. So really get into this Research 101 website, play around with, there's some features like quizzes that can help you review the content, and really just all of the information here is going to be useful to you as you think about this initial research project, which is really kind of a slowed down. Project 2 is like a research project in slow motion, which is totally goofy for me to do that, but it's true. We really did want a stretched out research project where you could be really paying attention to the research project at every step. Case in point, we're going to spend a week talking and thinking about developing an appropriate research question. So definitely go through all of Research 101 and maybe even bookmark it for yourself on your computer so that you could go back to it as a reference. In terms of writing this week, we have a project builder. This project builder asks you to do a little bit of work beforehand, in that we want to develop a list of questions, winnow that list down to 2 questions, and then post that to your WhatsApp or your GroupMe, whatever your peer mentor has set up for your class. And in this way, we can start getting feedback on our initial questions. The DJ, of course, asks you to reflect and respond to the readings and to think about your writing process. Chat check-in number 3 is designed to be like a second stage of question feedback. So in order to do Chat Check-in 3 effectively, you will have had to maybe revise your first question, or have at least thought about it and reasoned out why you're going to go with the question that you think you're going to go with. So if you look at our calendar here, by Wednesday-ish, you want to have watched this video and you want to have read What's Worth Knowing, and definitely done a quick brainstorm and put some questions out there for some feedback from your peer mentor and your classmates. Definitely need to watch that iSearch video by Friday at least, and do your FIA reading so that you can respond and reflect. You might even want to look at Research 101 before that so that you can talk about some of the content on Research 101 in your DJ. And then finally, your chat check-in will come on Sunday. So the last thing I want to do before I kind of close out this video is I want to take you guys to the Project 2 assignment and do a little bit of a deep dive into what it is we're going to be doing for this project. You'll get some of this information when you watch the intro video with Dr. Jenkins, but I just wanted to take you guys through some of the basics as we set up the rationale for this iSearch. It's called the iSearch, first of all, because it's going to focus on your experience researching. The paper, the thing that you ultimately write, isn't a research paper. So let me pause and say that again. The paper that you ultimately write for Project 2 is not a research paper. Don't worry. I know you were a little scared there. We are going to write a research paper, but it's not for this project. This project is all about you internalizing and reflecting on your own research process. Now, maybe you have a really strong research process that you've developed over many projects already. Beautiful. Think about it, write about it, be metacognitive about that process. Maybe, however, you're sitting here going, I do not have a research process. That's fine too. And this project is aimed to help us, in either case, either develop a research process that will be useful to us beyond this class and in other contexts where you need to do secondary research, or be metacognitive about the research processes that we have in case there are things that are not efficient or not effective. You can make revisions, or maybe just see what it is that you're doing so that you could copy and paste it into a different context that would be just as useful. So when we think about this, the outcome of the iSearch may be an answer to your initial question. It might be actually that you find out the method wherewith you want to research a particular question. It may be an evaluation of sources, or just more a refined sense of an argument that you want to make. It actually could be any of these things, or a combo of a couple of them. But either way, it's going to be because you are writing the story of your own research. Because narrative, after all, means story. And at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is the story of your research process in Project 2. Now, this is going to free you up tremendously because I'm not looking for any specific information as I was in the rhetorical analysis. For example, I'm not looking for specific information on the ethos of all your sources, for example. I'm looking to see that you understand what it is you are doing when you, quote, do research. So that's what I'm going to be wanting you to write about this project. Now, as you have seen, part of how you begin is thinking about where you're at in your own writing process with your own curiosities. Think about knowledge that you have and knowledge you need about a topic, guys, listen up, that you actually care about. This project is going to be so much more fun, and you're going to like it so much more if it's actually something you give a rip about. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're not just researching something that you think you should research or something that would be good for a research topic. Oh my gosh. I'll scoop my eyeballs out with a spoon. Those are some really difficult papers to read because I can tell that students their hearts aren't in them. What I do love to read is research papers where students are, or research narratives, right, for Project 2, where students are actually exploring topics that mean a lot to them. That's what I'm going to be looking for here. I want you to create a series of questions that aren't easy or good for research, but are just burning questions that you have about a particular area of your life, an interest. I've had students write about esports. I've had students write about the sneakerhead culture that they're a part of. I've had students write about their car club. I've had students write about accounting because they're really passionate about it. And those papers are excellent. I've had students write about how to be inclusive leaders in a youth group. I've had students write about their particular religious practices and why or why not those might be valid. I've had students write about their intended careers because they have a burning passion about it, and those papers are really good. But if you try to write something for this paper that's, I guess, this is probably going to be good for a research paper. Oh my gosh, please save yourself, save me, save the whole process, and really get at something that's interesting. Please think about what you might be interested in researching. Even if you don't think it's good for research, I'm here to tell you that you can research anything. If one of my dearest friends from my PhD program could write his entire dissertation on the X-Files, you can write about anything. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's enough about that. I am going to let you guys read through the rest of this. There's chunks of this paper that we're going to take. We're going to actually write it chunk by chunk as the weeks go on. So the first thing that you're going to want to read through as you're thinking about your research question is what you might want to put in your introduction, which is kind of like what you already know and why you might even want to research the thing you might want to research. This intro isn't something you can write right now because what you need to do first is go through the question asking process and kind of refine your research question. One step at a time. That is our motto for the research process. But we also understand that it contains multiple steps, just like the writing process. So I'm going to pull it back to our overall view and we'll close out this video. So as we start Project 2, the things I want you guys to keep in mind this week are, first of all, what is it that I might actually enjoy researching for this project? That's a good question to start asking yourself. And I promise you, in 11 years of teaching, I've never seen this actually be not true, is that you can research anything. I promise. The second thing I want you to keep in mind is that your initial questions are probably not going to be the ones that you end up with as your final research question for this project. That is why we are going to take this entire week to work on developing our research question. You might brainstorm a whole list of things, be like, I don't know, I might want to know, da, 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 da. They might be about different topics as well. But then what you're going to do is you're going to get feedback from your peer mentor, from your peers. You're going to revise your question. You're going to think about the readings that were assigned this week. And then you're going to revise again and get to another question that you throw out on the chat for your peers to kind of look at again. Here's where I am now, guys. After this week, after the readings, here's what I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to go with this one. And then you might even get some more feedback, which is beautiful because we want to keep revising that question until it's something that we can really get some purchase in. What you'll find is that as you're even searching, as you're looking for questions, if you're looking for sources on that question, your question might change as you find information, as you get kind of pulled in new directions by your search. Anyway, if you can't already tell, I love the research process. It is so fun. I can't wait to talk about it for the rest of this project with you guys. Have a great week. I hope that everyone is hanging in there as this weather changes. Is it spring? Is it winter? We don't know. It's February. But I hope that everyone's having a great week. And as usual, feel free to shoot me a question via email. Hit up your peer mentors for questions, especially if you're like, I don't even know where to start. Ask your peer mentors for their advice. They've already been through this class. They've already done this project. They can help guide you. All right, I think that'll do it for this week's video. I hope to talk to you guys via email, via Skype, talk to your peer mentors, talk to each other. Let's all be talking about writing and researching this week. Okay, that'll do it. Bye, everybody.